Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into a daily read. We're going to talk about Wednesday. I always have to remember the day, even if I'm told or reminded of it beforehand. But anyways, let's jump into the cards. I feel really good in this collective energy. All right, it feels like something has changed recently, or maybe it's changing throughout this day, or both. It just feels like you're waking up on the right side of the bed, as I couldn't even snap there. You're even embracing the struggles, the slip-ups, and you're just feeling motivated. And this is going to be our overall energy, if I could even say it. It's our overall energy. I will remind you to slow it down at certain points, but it does feel like you're focused on overall stability, happiness, and success. But I do want to now shift forward as I put everything back in the deck, besides the Chariot card, to pull one card and maybe some clarifiers for each quarter of this day, breaking it down into chunks. Anyways, so we're beginning the day with the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, okay, the Knight of Wands, rather the Knight of Pentacles, that came out for a reason, and we're finishing up the day with the Wheel of Fortune. So let's actually pull a clarifier for each one before I show you what we have and further speak upon them. Okay, the Queen of Wands clarifying the Six of Pentacles to speak upon the first quarter, because I really feel like the day begins with a focus upon abundance that you've acquired, even achieved before this day, and even putting your best foot forward and utilizing what you have and what you've gained, what you've experienced and learned to achieve more abundance. Remembering that comes in a multitude of forms, right? But I do feel like, once again, stability and financial stability being a big part of that is on your mind, and part of why you're feeling quite motivated and passionate throughout this day. People are seeing you in this Queen of Wands energy, and it's helping something grow. It's helping you even grow, I want to say, and achieve more than ever. It feels like things, again, are changing for you for the better. Now, when you find yourself receiving a bit more money throughout this day to support, or a big chunk of money for somebody, or a significant amount is what I'm hearing, don't be surprised when this helps you gain something or regain something of importance for the near future. Now, the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles to speak upon the second quarter, because, my friend, this is talking about you watering things of importance in the midst of achieving a wish fulfillment. Absolutely amazing. It feels like it's time for you to win. It's time for you to achieve more than ever. It's like you're unstoppable at this point, but will you stop yourself? I would hope not, but it feels like Spirit's saying, continue to put in the effort and you will see the results. Continue to put your best foot forward and improve things and be honest with yourself, and you will get more wish fulfillments and see more results. It feels like you now more than ever want more out of life. You may find this is a time for some of which onto the reading, where you're meant to be experiencing somewhat, if not a full new lease on life, right? You're going to be feeling more alive moving forward. Doesn't mean you overexude, doesn't mean you overdo it, or push yourself when you know you should be relaxing or finding more of a grounded way of being, or more balance in your life. But it does mean that it's time for you to start more so living your life in a golden, successful way. Now, I do feel as if you need to remember your worth for whatever reason, because there's something on the table that feels it's as if it may happen, but you're not 100% sure. But look within, trust your intuition. You may have already received guidance, an answer from Spirit, or answers, an intuitive hit or two, again, rewinding back. But it does feel like the uncertainty still sits within your energy field. You know this is going to happen if it's meant to be. You are somebody, my friend, where regardless of what's happened rewinding back, which was purposeful, let's just be completely real. If something's meant to be, it's going to simply be when it's meant to be, period. Because it's just a simple fact along your path within your world. Let's shift on forward to the third quarter of the day to begin the second half. The Ace of Wands to further clarify the Knight of Wands, like we said before, the Knight of Pentacles, because saying the Knight of Wands twice now does mean that you're moving, accomplishing with passion, but in a slow, methodical way. It does feel like there's, even if you don't realize it or mean to, you're putting thought into every action, every movement at this point, especially, especially at this point along the throughout the day. As I struggle, I did have a lot of caffeine today, bear with me. But I do feel as if you're thinking about starting again. It absolutely could be this Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups, but it could as well be something completely different. Now, I just feel like at this point along your path, you're meant to be experiencing more and more wish fulfillments once again. And it's going to leave you feeling like things are possible, right? Because I feel like we're winding back. There are certain factors of your life that left you in a state of disappointment, left you feeling as if things are not meant to work out fully or at all, left you feeling like the possibilities were quite limited. But they're showing me very clearly an infinity symbol. The possibilities are endless within your world at this time, and more so moving forward. And you need to embrace this. You need to believe this. You need to be one with it. But what's on your back is what I'm hearing. There's something about somebody shifting forward with less on their back, okay? But more on their plate, if that makes sense. You don't have to carry the weight of other people's worlds. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in general on your back to have, in the midst of having a significant amount of, and a purposeful amount on your plate, okay? Because it does feel like things will be busy moving forward, but more enjoyable, right? More lively, but also simplistic at certain points. And there's also something about somebody traveling with less, but then acquiring more, okay? Even if it's what you once had, interesting. But we're shifting forward to the remainder of the day, the last quarter, to speak upon the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Four of Cups. You're going to be feeling like things are churning in your favor. There are results to be examined, maybe even reminded of, to remind you of at this point in the day. And it absolutely highlights who and what's not meant for you, right? Because there were certain situations, I feel, in your past, even maybe very recently for somebody drawn to the reading, that you wanted, right? You were motivated to acquire. You even felt maybe to an extent, but knew the real truth within, that it wasn't meant for you. You felt that it was going to happen, right? You watered this, but it didn't happen. And Spirit's saying, well, look at how things are working out for you now. Doesn't it highlight the purposefulness of what does actually come to be, and even more so, what doesn't come to be in along your path? A Spirit said I would have reversed those two, but I do sense that you're feeling as if the upcoming days are going to be even better than this one. Trust that feeling. But this feels like, once again, a very, we didn't say it already in this wording, but a very positive day, okay? A buzzing in your left ear, okay, that's also gonna potentially come to be. Look up the spiritual meaning of which. It feels like this is going to be a time for you where you're honoring yourself in certain select, maybe even simplistic ways, but feeling a sense of, again, things being different. Any area of your life where you feel restricted, limited, tied down, don't be surprised when levels of freedom and gain come to be in the upcoming weeks, to the point where you shift forward very lightly, okay? Feeling like the chains are being released, okay? So you don't feel weighed down, and you can just, again, shift forward and feel even more motivated, even more alive, and gain exactly what you're meant to. This day is meant to transform your life. It's time for you to win, okay? So if this is truly helpful, I'm obviously sending you a ton of love and light. I'll see you next time.